Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my F1 2017 career mode, and we are here for the last round of season 6, round number 20 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're jumping straight into qualifying for this one, as obviously practice is not necessary as it is the last race of the season, and we should be hopefully leaving Williams after this race if we get the good contract offer. So we're focusing pretty much on just getting a good race weekend underneath us, and the task is simple. If you have missed the last episode, before I give a spoiler, I do urge you to go check out Brazil and see how that race went to give you a good idea of what we need to do this race. But I'm going to give you a spoiler in 3, 2, 1. So basically, going into this race weekend, we have to win pretty much. It's between 3 people, myself, Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen, and there's 7 points covering us through in the championship, with me in 3rd place, Raikkonen 4 points behind, and Vettel in the lead. So the task is simple. We have to win the race to give us the best possible chance. So let's see how that one pans out. Either way, into Saturday qualifying, as you can see in Q1 here, we've opted for the Ultra Softs in Q1, and first up, not too shabby, 1.2 off the pace, pretty close to my teammate there actually, and Vettel goes fastest, so a good lap to open up our account. However, in Q2 we are going to go for the slower super soft tyre, and actually in this session I actually pushed quite a bit harder because obviously I had to sort of get the sandbags off the car, and also I wanted to make sure I start the race on this compound because it gave me a better sort of strategy for the race tomorrow. And the lap was going pretty damn well with purple in the middle sector, but then through the final sector, this is where I lose most of my time, and the AI just incredibly quick through the final sector there. We come across the line, we go P3, a 10th of drift from Kimi Raikkonen. Eventually though, we will drop down to P8 and almost get knocked out, but luckily the gap wasn't that big, and half a second from Sebastian Vettel was the eventual guy on top of the session there. But moving into Q3 now, and we go for 2 attempts. The first one was a pretty good lap actually. Wasn't a spectacular one, but it was a very good banker to get it on the board, and it's going to be a 35.4. We do go fastest actually ahead of Verstappen there at the time. However, we're going to go for one more attempt, and there's definitely some time on the table. Sebastian Vettel is currently fastest, so we need to put in a massive lap here to try and have a chance of beating Sebastian here. The Ferraris are a little bit out of sight, but if we can at least get on the front row of the grid, then that would be the best possible chance for us. So running on board now through the entirety of this lap, and so far it's been an absolutely perfect sector 1, and we're going to brake very hard on the 100-meter board down for this sort of left-right chicane, really attacking the curbs here, and also having faith in the car that it will stick for every corner. Into the hairpin, we make a nice little lunge into the apex there and gain about 2 tenths, and on my first attempt I locked up into there and I got a bit of a scruffy line, so we managed to make up quite a bit of time there. Pretty much now we're waiting to brake very hard on the 100-meter board for the chicane. So spot on the right hand side, brake really hard down a 3rd gear, don't lock up a wheel, otherwise it's game over, and then really track the car into the next right hander here and put the power on as soon as you dare, and once again open up the DRS on the back straight. And once again here, not really a clear reference point, but you want to sort of break what would be the 100-meter board on the right hand side there, which is a bit further outside of the track, and then braking hard for this sort of left-right left chicane combination. And so far we're purple in the middle sector, so it's looking pretty damn good for us, but now we're coming into the dreaded final sector. So here we go into the triple apex right hand that feeds into the 90-degree one at the end, braking hard, attacking the apex. They're really trying to gain as much time as possible as we now flick it left underneath the hotel section, and using all of the curb and all of the track available to us here, and they're using pretty much the limits of the track as we now throw it into the penultimate corner, and now the final corner to go. 4th gear action, really trying to pick up the apex there, get the power on as soon as possible, and run it up to the line, and across the line we improve by about 3.5 tenths, but the question is, where is the lap going to put us? It's 3rd place, so overall we miss out on pole and a front row, so not the ideal situation, but it will have to do. And in terms of the actual grid for the race, as you can see, we're going to run you through it now. We're going to start in 3rd place. Vettel is on pole with Valtteri Bottas in 2nd place. Good lap there from the Mercedes driver, and Bottas was untouchable. He was 4 tenths faster than me. Hamilton joins me on the 2nd row, as you can see there, with Sergio Perez and Kimi Raikkonen only managing P6 there in the 2nd Ferrari. So both my contenders are pretty split apart, with Vettel quite a bit ahead of me and Raikkonen quite a far bit behind. But as you can see, running through the grid here in the meantime, and a bit of a mixed up grid, but the main thing is obviously to take into account Raikkonen in 6th, Vettel is 1st, and I'm in 3rd, so we're pretty spread out, and we need to hope Vettel gets a poor start, because realistically the pressure is on us to try and get a result. Vettel's got the lead, and he's got a 4-point lead, should I say, going into this race, so he can afford to chill out. He's got 7 points on me, and yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. So let's see how this race pans out. I'm looking forward to it. We need a bit of a miracle because the Ferrari is pretty damn quick and I'm pushing on the limit here with a brand new engine. So fingers crossed we can try and make a good race out of it. So with that being said, let's jump straight into the final race of the season. Okay, so it all comes down to this then, the final race of the season. There's not a lot to say. It's pretty straightforward. We have to win the race if Sebastian Vettel is in the lead or Kimi Raikkonen is in the lead. So we've got to go for the race win and there is no excuses. We have to go for it. Now, in terms of the strategy of this race, it's pretty straightforward. We're starting on the super softs and I've got a one-stop schedule, but there's not a lot of difference between the one and the two stop. So realistically, I think I'm just going to take it as it comes because you never know, a safety car, VSC, anything like that, and I might change my strategy. So for now, we're just going to run the super soft and see how long the tyre lasts. But hopefully, we can have a good race. And I've gone quite aggressive with the fuel, ready to push. And overall, we're just going to go for this race. So without further ado, let's jump straight to the final race of Season 6. Right then, here we go. We're going to get ready. 2 of the 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. It's a very quick light. And we've reacted a bit slowly, but we've managed to get there in time. And Bottas got away really well. But then, oh, it's so close to Hamilton there. Lovely little switch back. We're going to get up the inside of Bottas as well. Just avoiding it. I was going to say it's a pretty poor start from us. And Bottas got away really well. But in the second phase, he really bogged down. So we managed to get to second place here and recover from that poor start. Sebastian Vettel, unfortunately, as good as ever, leads the way in the Ferrari. Sebastian sets the pace, 38.3. His pace is really bloody quick. We do a 39.8, 1.5 slower than Sebastian. We are on a slower tyre, but Vettel is really bloody quick. Personal best, but still, Vettel is on a mission and he's making a statement. He ain't messing around this race. He really is fast. I mean, I can keep Bottas behind me. I think Hamilton isn't really trying, and I'm stretching the pack out a little bit now with my pace, but Vettel is just absolutely untouchable. Okay, finally Sebastian Vettel comes in, and I think a lot of other people are going to join him in the pit lane, or maybe not. Everyone actually stays out. So, interesting strategy. It looks like maybe Seb could be on a more aggressive strategy. So I'd lock up into turn 1 and make a mistake, get it all locked up on the right front. I was going to say, only Sebastian came in there, which is quite interesting. He's going to have to get through traffic, but I wonder if maybe he's going more aggressive. Right, I think everyone now in the Ultra Softs has finally come in. Sebastian Vettel's going to be the man directly behind me now on the circuit, I think. And he's on the softs. Now, I've got to be honest, 20 laps is a bit of a stretch for Sebastian. I mean, I'm not going to say he can't do it because he probably can, but, you know, yeah, I'm going to expect Sebastian back in the pit lane, to be honest. I'm very torn on strategy and I'm tempted to go for the Ultra Soft, and I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take a gamble here. If Seb doesn't come back in, we might as well try something different. I'm not going to go on the same strategy as him, so we might as well roll the dice. Vettel's doing a 38.2 on soft, so that pace I'm not going to be able to match on the same compound as him anyway. So we're going to go into the Ultra and try and go for a different strategy. You know, really try and mix it up a bit because you never know, we could get lucky. Also, let's see where we rejoin on the track. It's going to be close, but we are going to be behind this car coming past now, which is Sergio Perez. So he's pulled off a lovely little undercut. And everyone's going for the softs. I wonder if everyone's going for the one stop. If they are, then that's rather interesting. We've got Bottas here on the right-hand side. It's going to be very close with Valtteri. To be fair, it's going to be neck and neck, but we're just going to edge him out and just get in front. So that is good for us. Nice bit of clean air to work with. And also, I'm holding out with this strategy, sort of hoping that we get a safety car or something, or a VSC. But I don't think I've got any more fresh ultras left. Okay, no. I don't think I do, just to confirm. Okay, I don't have any fresh ultras left, so right, we'll make this one work for now, and we'll take it from there. I might have to use a scrub set, but I'm definitely wanting to use the ultras again and try and go really aggressive. Right, fastest lap, 37.6. It's not a spectacular lap, to be fair. I mean, considering Vettel did a 38.2 on the softs, but then again, I think I'm sort of realising that we just don't really have the pace. I mean, I've got good pace, but I don't have the pace to achieve what I want this race, unless there's a safety car or something, realistically. Okay, we're very close to Perez here, and Bottas is now dropping back, so I'm going to try and get past Sergio. His pace is really good in the full Sydney, I've got to say, credit to him. We're going to try and slip past, though, and make the move into the hairpin, nice and easy up the inside, squeeze him out, and there we go. We're going to get the DRS as well for good measure, so we can keep on our way now and keep on pushing on this tyre. Looking at my tyre wear, I think I probably could have gone for the one stop this race, but oh well. Either way, Sebastian Vettel went for the one stop, and you know, if Vettel went for the one stop, it was going to be near impossible to beat him because of his overall pace. So I don't feel too disappointed knowing that, which is a good thing, because if Vettel go for the 2-stop, then there's room for thought in terms of strategy, but yeah, I just didn't have the pace, to be honest. Vettel's just too fast. Right, so we're going to come in for our final stop of the race, and at this point I don't really care what happens because we're not going to win the championship, so we're going to come in, get another set of Ultra Softs on the car. These are going to be scrubbed, not fresh, but we can go again and try and push in this final stint and try and chase Perez and Bottas. It's going to be pretty much impossible, but give it a go, try and have a bit of fun and enjoy these last few laps of the season. Verstappen's going to overtake us just, so at worst we'll finish in P5, but I think Verstappen should be pretty easy to catch up, so let's see what we can do here. We're going to be very close to Ricciardo as well, so let's see where Danny Rick is. He's just outside now and he's just managed to get ahead of me, so we're going to have a little bit of a fun final stint, I think. We've got Ricciardo here on my right hand side, just behind him, so let's try and make light work of the Honey Badger first of all, and then we'll try and go after Max Verstappen here. So let's put these new Ultra Softs, or semi-new Ultra Softs, to the test. So let's see what the grip level's like. Up the inside of the hairpin, very easily done. There we go, squeeze him out, job done. So let's go after Max Verstappen and see if we've got the pace. Okay, we're in hot pursuit, Max Verstappen, and fastest lap, 37.3. Let's try and have a bit of fun. Right, here we go, then right behind Verstappen. He's just locked up a little bit into the chicane here. We're going to get the fourth gear going nice and early. Nice bit of a short shift, nice bit of traction. And now open up the DRS, rich mix flowing. This is going to be a pretty straightforward move here on the Dutchman around the outside. And there we go, job done, nice and easy. Up into P4 now. Can we get a podium? I guess there's only one way to find out. On to the final lap, 6.5 behind Bottas. I'm gaining about a second a lap, but it's not going to be enough. Right then, so Sebastian Vettel has won at Abu Dhabi and clinches finally in Season 6 his first championship in this career mode, and after many years of Raikkonen dominance he's finally pulled it out of the hat, and he's won this season quite convincingly, absolutely dominant. We come home in P4 for 12 points and overall a very good season. I'm not going to complain. Really good season. I'm not enjoyable at times. It's quite hard at some races, especially the last one for example. But we know we gave it a good go. We tried our best. That's all we can really say. And congratulations to Sebastian Vettel for winning. And overall, we'll go again next season. But the question is, who with? Because that was definitely my last race with Williams. I tried to bring them back to the top in a sort of mini road to glory in the last 2 seasons. It hasn't really worked out. And we fell just shy of a Drivers' Championship. But we have managed to push them a lot further up the grid compared to where they were. And I've tried my best to help them out as much as I can. But overall, it's time for pastures new. It's time for a bit of a fresh scene. And the question is, where will my future lie for the start of Season 7 in career mode? So tune in the next episode to find out what happens. But as you can see, there is Mr. Lewis Hamilton, 14th place. Absolutely shocking race for him. He'll be very disappointed with that one. But in the podium, as you can see there, Vettel wins with Perez alongside, and then also Valtteri Bottas running out the podium there. The number 5 is on top of the pile here, and Vettel wins championship number 5 in Season 6 of career mode. So congratulations to him, and also for the constructors once again. But hopefully the team I go to next, I still don't know what it's going to be because I'm going to get offered some contracts now, but wherever one it is, I'm definitely going with the mission to try and win the championships. So looking at the final race results for the final time this season, Sebastian Vettel wins the race ahead of Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas. We come home in P4 ahead of Verstappen, Ricciardo and Kimi Raikkonen, only managing P7 there on a 2-stop strategy. Nico Hulkenberg in P8 ahead of Esteban Ocon with Massa, my teammate, getting a point to round out the season. And further down the order, as you can see in the second half of the table, Lewis Hamilton only manages P14, disappointing race for him there, and no retirements in the race. In terms of the driver standings though, Vettel wins by 20 points, and we managed to re-overtake Raikkonen in the last race to take second place and the runner-up spot in the drivers' standings there, as you can see. And Massa also overtaken Alonso there in the last race, only 29 points though in the other Williams car. But in terms of the constructors, you can see we come home in P4, and overall I tried my best, but you know, Massa could have definitely done a bit better. Also, Massa had an incredible amount of bad luck with reliability, and we definitely could have got 3rd place, I think, in my opinion. But overall, there's a lot of things that could have been done differently this season. I think, you know, I tried to make Williams the best car. It didn't really work out, and I was hoping for more. And realistically speaking, I think there was a lot to be desired when I came to Williams. But either way, we're now going to move into the end part of the video, and this will be probably after I've chosen my team for next season. So let's see what we get offered. Right, so this is incredibly interesting. this is definitely not what I didn't expect this at all. I'm really, really bad at crossroads. If F1 would implement this feature where I could just save here and stop playing and then basically give you guys the chance to vote, that's exactly what I would do because I can't decide. But I can't do that, so I've got to make a decision right now. And I really don't know what to do. Because I've been to Mercedes, I've been there and I've done that. I wouldn't mind going back, but I mean, not right now. I don't want to go to Ferrari because they're the strongest team, and I feel like it would be too easy for me. That's something I want to do maybe towards Season 9 or Season 10 maybe. Also, I'm doing my current 2018 mod career with Sebastian Vettel driving as Ferrari, and also with Red Bull. I'm doing Red Bull in co-op now, driving as Red Bull. So I've sort of done all these three teams. And then there's obviously staying at Williams. I don't know what to do at the minute. I think, I'm telling you what, I might stick with Williams here because I'll get a chance to finish the job I've started properly and maybe go for a mid-season switch next season because I genuinely don't really fancy any of the three options given to me. So I think, against all odds, we're going to begin Season 7 with Williams. I'm going to go for it because I really, I can't make my mind up. So, it's not all doom and gloom. Let's explain. So, basically, into the laptop, before the race, after Saturday qualifying, I actually purchased an upgrade. So, we've got an upgrade coming already for Australia, which is a major chassis one. We've got 2,100 points to spend, which isn't a hell of a lot compared to past seasons, but we'll do what we can. So, we're going to delve into here and we're going to go for the tyre wear one, which is obviously worth 6 weeks, and we're going to get that one on the car for Australia, and that is going to give us a massive push in the right direction. So with those two upgrades, we should go neck and neck with Mercedes and forcing the. However, I'm expecting them to bring big upgrades to Australia, but overall I think I've done the right choice. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, because I'm really sort of split on this and I don't know what to do. I say that. I mean, I've committed to a choice now, but I feel like it was the best option because Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari were all faster cars, so I might as well stick with something that I came inches closer to getting the championship with this season in Season 6 and try and at least build on them. And even though I probably will and I will want to leave mid-season next year with Williams, I can leave them off in a better position than I did right now if I would have left Abu Dhabi. So, yeah, let's just see how it goes. Screw it. Let's just delve into it. And who knows, if it gets really boring and if I ever change of heart, I might just mod the Williams chassis and the skin out for the first race of Season 7. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But other than that, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the entire season of Career Mode. If you have, then please do leave a like on the video. Let's try and smash 250 likes for this finale. If you're new to the channel, also, why not subscribe for plenty more F1 content and MotoGP content coming your way. And also, if you're new around here, or if you're a current subscriber, then do turn on your notifications, guys, to not miss a single upload from me. And also, please be sure to check out these two videos on screen if you have missed them by chance. But other than that, guys, I thank you so much for watching, and I thank you so much for your support on the entire season of Career Mode. And we're going to go straight into Season 7, and I'll see you guys then. So from me, goodbye.